Next, we're going to cook a mixed load. We're going to cook 5 different products at the same time because they all cook at the same temperature. And we're going to use Henny Penny's FlexFusion Combi Oven's Rack Control 2 option in order to do that. So we'll go back to the menu here, and from our favorites menu, we're going to use the one I've titled Mixed Load. It will load the cooking program as it's done before, and it brings up a different looking screen. On this screen we have a preset temperature of 375 degrees with 20% humidity. So again, it's going to extract humidity as needed to keep the cabinet at 20%. So things like the vegetables we're about to cook are going to give off a lot of humidity during the cooking cycle, and if we just left that in the cabinet, they would just be steamed veggies, but we want them to be roasted. Get some of that nice charring on that gives them such a great taste. And then we have 5 separate timers set up here. So each item cooks a little bit different time at the same temperature. So we have a 9, 12, 20, and 25 minute timer set up. And then our 5th rack here, we're gonna cook a pork tenderloin at, and we're gonna probe cook that one to 144 degrees. So that'll give us a medium rare pork tenderloin. Push start. Our cabinet is gonna heat as necessary. It's got a little ways to go there. Some of the items we're going to cook, we have a tray of brownies. I just made a brownie batter and put it into our egg tray. So we'll make small little round brownie bites out of them. On this enameled tray, I'm going to put our mixed veggies. I have a bowl with asparagus, red bell pepper, cauliflower, zucchini, and some red onion, just mixed with olive oil and salt and pepper. We can just spread these out on our tray here. I've already trayed our pork tenderloin. It's wrapped in bacon. We're going to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. Back behind me we have a tray of thin cut chicken breasts. I purchased them this way, so no work needed to be done other than getting them out of the packaging. They were put in some all-purpose flour, then into an egg wash, which is simply 1 whole egg, an egg white, and a little bit of water. And then from there, it went into a plate of crushed Doritos. In this case, they are flaming hot Doritos to add a little spice to our chicken. Up front, we have some mini potatoes that we're gonna cook. To season these, I'm just going to add some olive oil, salt and pepper, and I'm going to put some garlic through a garlic press to add in there. Once we have that all in the bowl together, you can give those a toss to mix. And then I'm just going to grab a tray to put those on. Get these nice and spread out here. I hear the oven is beeping behind us to tell us that it's ready to load product. Now a key with this is to make sure that we put the products in the oven in an order that matches up with our timers. So the top rack is the brownies, those only need 9 minutes. And then next down is the chicken, that needs 12 minutes. We'll put the veggies below those need 20 minutes, and then finally the potatoes will take the longest at 25 minutes. We'll put in the 5th tray down our pork tenderloin. That's gonna get the temp probe inserted into it and cook until it reaches an internal temperature of 144 degrees. I'm gonna put a heat protective glove on so when I put the temp probe into the pork tenderloin, it doesn't burn my hand. So we'll start with our top rack here, our tray of brownies. Open our oven up that is indicated that it's preheated and ready to cook. We can put our brownies in the top rack here to match up with timer number 1. Next rack down, we're gonna put our chicken breasts in. Those are on a tray, so they're gonna sit on one of the racks that's in there. Just gonna do a slight adjustment of our racking system here and move this down a couple levels. Our next tray is going to be our vegetables. And then our sheet tray with seasoned potatoes. Finally, our sheet tray with the pork tenderloin on it. As before, I'm going to use just the butter knives to weigh this down so that the fan doesn't blow the paper over the top of our protein here. Insert the temp probe right into the middle of the pork tenderloin and go ahead and push that in there, and then we close the door. All that's left to do is press the start button next to the timers for all 5 items, and it will start the cooking process. So you can see our timers are counting down now. So now we just wait, and the unit will let us know when it's time to take them out. As these finish, the timers for the respective shelf will go off. When we open the door and remove the product and then close the door, it will automatically turn the timer off for you. For the brownies, we'll pull them out and let them rest. For the other cooked items that we want to hold at temperature, we have a holding cabinet we can slide those into, or if you're ready to serve immediately or refill your buffet, for instance, you can go directly to the hot holding area for that item and put it out for customers. This demonstration shows how we can cook multiple different items at the same time. The way it's set up now, the timers are going to go off as the items are done, but it can also be set up to prompt you to load the items based on how much time is left on the timer. And then you can load them as prompted and have them all done at the same time, whichever suits your business the best. As I said before, the FlexiRack system can help to increase your cooking space by up to 100% by using the full width of the cabinet. All right, so our first timer has gone off, and you can see it's flashing at the top there to let us know which one it is. That means our brownies are ready to come out. Pull those out, we can just close the door. This timer has reset itself, and the rest of the timers have continued on. We'll just let these cool for a couple minutes, and then we'll pull them out of the tray and they will be ready for packaging or serving. All right, our second item is complete now, and the oven's beeping to let us know, and timer number 2 is now flashing. So we will pull out our next item, which is our thinly sliced chicken breasts, breaded in a delicious flaming hot Dorito. Take a look at those. Close our door so it continues to cook. And now we'll wait for our vegetables, potatoes, and our pork tenderloin to finish. All right, our next timer has gone off to tell us that our vegetables are done cooking. Close our door back up, let the potatoes and the pork loin finish. As you can see on the veggies, this is the advantage of being able to remove moisture from the cabinet. If we didn't remove moisture, these would just be steamed. Probably still taste pretty good, but with removing the moisture, we get this nice charring and caramelization on the vegetables, which adds to the flavor really nicely. I am going to transfer these to a sheet tray and put in the holding cabinet until the rest of our stuff is ready to go. All right, our next timer's gone off, so our potatoes are ready to come out. You can see on the potatoes as well, you get that nice crisp outside from removing that moisture, not just a steamed potato. Just a few more minutes and our pork loin will be done, and we'll have our whole dish ready to go. It's almost like I mixed them with oil and put them in a hot oven. All right, our last timer has gone off, so our pork loin is done. And there we have a nicely roasted bacon wrapped pork loin. We're gonna let that rest for 10 minutes or so, let the juices absorb back into the meat rather than out onto the tray, and we'll be ready to serve that. So there you have our mixed load demo. We've cooked a whole meal's worth of food, all at the same temperature, with separate timers to have them come out as they were done. Like I said before, you can set it up so that they go in at different times and everything can come out together. I like when it comes out this way. It gives time for the brownies to cool and come out of the tray, and it gives time for the chicken to rest, and then all you have to wait for is the pork loin to rest a little bit. For demonstration purposes, we've cooked a small batch here. This could easily be doubled or tripled even in this size Combi oven, which is a 10-pan oven, and get the exact same results if you need to serve a larger group of people or if you are filling a buffet, for instance.